Without CDK, I don't think we could be as successful as we are today.
The CDK partnership is so important to us.
It takes partners like CDK for us to continue to evolve, to connect with customers the way they want to be connected with.
From the partnership, the support, the technology, the simplicity, it feels like it's written by car guys and gals.
I really believe they know our business. They know the automotive space.
The fixed op suite lets us adapt to how we do business here. The customization of each part of the product within the suite is making it work.
The CRM of CDK is the best one. A CRM that is stout, that is growing, that is accurate.
The Intelligent Suite is dynamic. I can see across the platform where everyone is. I can drill into each individual department. I can compare the stores.
It allows the departments to communicate, operate effectively with each other, whether it's from from parts to service, from service directly right into accounting. I don't want to call it magic, but it what brings it all together.
What we're looking for, though, is the total package. Are they able to provide all of the different suite of packages that we're currently utilizing, and is our user experience going to be the same? We've looked at different systems. It's not even close to where CDK is today.
Knowing that we're partnered with CDK makes me confident that we'll have the tools to pivot and meet whatever challenges come in the future.
Hello everyone, I'm Barb Etson, Chief Marketing Officer at CDK, and once again, welcome to what is our 5th annual CDK Connect. We are thrilled to connect with you, share insights, and explore the work we're doing to help you sell and service more cars and trucks. This year's event will be a little different and better. Think of this as a CDK news channel, which will feature key stories and conversations with CDK leadership and experts. And most importantly, 2 of our best dealer partners. So let's get into it. We're going to kick off with a Q&A about what's happening in our industry. I'm very excited to welcome Dave Thomas to join me. Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Thanks, Barb. Great to be here.
Well, Dave, obviously you're the director of content here at CDK, but you've got a broad industry background. Can you share a little bit with our audience?
So I've been in the automotive industry for about 20 years now. I started off as a journalist, helping car shoppers find the right car for them. And then I went to an agency for almost 7 years working on the OEM side of the business. And now I've been at CDK working on the dealer side of the business.
All right. Well, so we can't talk about the industry nowadays anyways without talking about tariffs. What's your perspective and what are you hearing from dealerships about how that's going to impact their businesses or how it's already impacted their businesses?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe that it's been about 6 months since the tariffs kind of kicked off, and there's still uncertainty about them. And uncertainty is never a good thing. It's especially not a good thing for automakers. Automakers plan out their product lines years and years in advance. And sometimes without something like tariffs popping up, they miss on a product launch anyway. So to have this extra layer of complexity hitting them is going to be very difficult. And the way it's the most difficult is the impact on prices.
So what about me as a consumer? Actually, we had a dealer come talk to us yesterday at a broad leadership meeting, and he was talking about how it's changing a little bit of consumer behavior and their interests in the car buying experience right now. So what are you hearing about how tariffs are driving consumer interest?
Well, in the short term, it's certainly pulling forward demand. People are worried that down the road, cars are going to be much more expensive than they are today. We're probably seeing, you're going to see 2 to 7% price increases is kind of what everyone's predicting and we've kind of seen already. But the car shoppers just in their brain is thinking out of their budget. So they're coming in now to make sure that's not going to happen. That's going to be a short-term gain for the dealers. We've definitely seen sales increase. That's not going to continue once things kind of settle down. The question is, how long is it going to take to settle down?
Well, great. So what about the other hot topic, which we still need to talk about? We've been talking about tariffs, but inventory. That was, that's obviously really critical in this industry. What are your thoughts relative to inventory and why it's just so critical to the consumer experience right now?
Yeah, inventory really is everything. And I can say one thing I've learned since coming to CDK is it does actually have an impact on the experience at the dealership. Shortly after I joined, we launched the Ease of Purchase scorecard. Every month, we survey car buyers and we ask them a simple question. Was it easy to buy your car? And because we started this back when inventory was really lean, we added questions around how did you buy your car? Did you find it in stock? Did you buy it in transit to the dealership? Did you order it from the factory? Or did you have to buy something else because what you wanted wasn't available by any of those other means? So what we find there is that the fewer people find the car in stock that they want, the lower the ease of purchase score.
So Dave, we talked about the affordability earlier of cars, and we all know that F&I is the most profitable area, or one of the most profitable areas, along with service for dealerships. So is that consumer affordability concerns impacting F&I?
You would think so, but actually the opposite is actually happening. So what's going on is that people are investing a huge sum of money into a vehicle. Times are uncertain, so they're concerned. And the top two products that people buy in the F&I office are extended warranty and prepaid maintenance. They've always been that way, but right now we're seeing those two products skyrocket in adoption, while every other product is kind of leveling off or even falling off. So on the extended warranty side, that's people protecting that big investment in uncertain times. The prepaid maintenance side is people locking in a price on repairs and maintenance to kind of ward off tariffs, because even an oil change in the future could be more than it is today, especially since most oil filters and other parts come from China.
Well, so Dave, that's great. So I'm so glad that they're still making money in that department. We know some do better than others, right? So there are dealers that, they all really have similar business models, but some are just more competitive and they are more profitable. So what are those top dealers that you're talking to doing to be more profitable, more successful than others?
Yeah, there's two areas I think that really shine right now. One's the inventory side and one is the service side. So on the inventory side, dealers are out there pretty much buying all the used inventory they can right now because it's selling really quickly. But that's not always going to be the case. So I think it's really awesome that CDK has the new vehicle inventory suite product because it allows the dealers to, price today, but predict prices in the future. And that's going to help them in the near and the long term. And service in uncertain economic times like we're in is more important than ever. The number who want to service their car to just keep it running and maintain it, and those who are trying to retain the value, both those numbers are going up. That's why it's so important for service departments not to lose a potential customer. Most people still call up to schedule an appointment, 60%, and most of them get through great, but 3 out of 10 don't, and they encounter an issue. And if you can believe it, they're on hold for an average of 9 minutes. So that's why it's so important not to lose a potential service customer. And that's why I'm excited that CDK is including an AI service scheduler as part of AIVA. And while our early reports show that, sure, an AI scheduler like AIVA takes a lot of people after hours, it actually performs better during the day. And service managers, they know how busy it can be during the day. So that's when they're also gaining some performance. So that's going to help them get more profits and not lose those customers.
Well, Dave, as always, and it was fun to be on the other side and get to interview you. How do people get more insights from you and the broader CDK team here?
Yeah, all the research I just mentioned the past few minutes is available at cdk.com/insights. And we post our white papers there, blogs, etc. You can sign up to subscribe to our newsletter. So I hope everyone gets to check it out.
Thanks again, Dave. It was really a pleasure to spend some time with you today.
Thank you.
Dave spoke about some of the strategies you are employing to win. We pay close attention to this, listening to you regarding what's working and what's not, and how we can be a better partner to you. To spend some time on the power of partnership, we're going to shift gears just for a moment and take you to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where one of our reporters, and who also happens to be the president and CEO of CDK, Brian McDonald, is visiting with one of our very best partners, Rick Case Automotive Group. Hey, Brian.
Thanks, Barb. I really appreciate the intro. Today, I'm in beautiful Fort Lauderdale at Rick Case Automotive Group. People like to say that things are big in Texas, but here in South Florida, let me tell you a few things. Today, I'm actually at Sunrise Kia, which is the largest Kia store in the world. And just down the road from here, the Rick Case Automotive Group has a Honda store, which is the highest volume store in the world. So these are incredible operations if you ever get a chance to visit. This is the best part of my job, visiting with our dealers, talking, listening, and learning. It's the foundation for achieving our only goal, which is to help dealers like the Rick Case Automotive Group be successful. These conversations have fueled the creation and continued expansion of our services and solutions, including the Dealership Experience Platform, and dealers are seeing the results across their operations. Specifically, a 35% greater accounting efficiency, a 50% reduction in time spent merchandising vehicles, 25% increase in sales appointments scheduled, and 25% more hours per RO when using tech video. Lastly, 20% more precise revenue forecasting. And that's not all. We launched our new payment solution this year, CDK SimplePay, and it continues to be hot with our customers. And of course, our focus on AI has continued to intensify as we continue to invest and innovate even more there. While we're proud of what we've delivered, we can't do it without listening to you and partnering with you. At the end of the day, our mission at CDK is to help dealers sell and service more vehicles and be most efficient in their operations as possible. And today, I have the honor to talk about one of the biggest and best success stories in our industry and a real partner to CDK. I want to introduce the esteemed Rita Case, President and CEO of Rick Case Automotive Group. Well, thank you, Rita, for joining me today. It's such a pleasure to spend some time with you.
Thank you, Brian.
I wanted to ask you, you have had so much success in the business here at Rick Case Automotive Group, and I know that the industry runs through your blood. You've been involved in this industry from the time you were a young girl.
Yeah.
So tell me, what makes Rick Case Automotive Group so successful and special? What makes you, you?
Well, I'll tell you, when you're passionate about the automotive industry, you have it in your blood. When I tell people, about working, I don't work. This isn't a job. I never worked a day in my life. So having been raised in the auto industry, marrying a car dealer some 45 years ago, and then together expanding our business, both passionate about it, it's all about people. That's about the key. When you treat your customers as your friends, you treat your associates as your family, and you treat your community as your home, it's pretty easy to sell cars because you know what? Nobody's walking.
Oh, that's so true. It's so true. When you love your job, that does not feel like work. And you've had so much success. And I mentioned in my introduction the beautiful trophy facilities you have here in South Florida. That all said, the industry is having a few challenges. There's always opportunities and risks in the industry. And I think some of the things that are top of minds of people today are tariffs, affordability. Tariffs play into affordability at some level. How are you thinking about these challenges for the industry right now?
That's the way the business is. We've had interest rates in the early 80s of 22%. We had tariffs then. If you remember that all of the Japanese cars, which was Datsun back then, and you had Toyota and Honda, they were challenging General Motors and Ford and Chrysler with the fact that customers were appreciating the pricing, they were appreciating the gas mileage, and they were appreciating the quality. So they had to put tariffs on to slow that down. So this is the way the business is. I am not worried at all about the tariffs. I don't think they're settled yet. I do think they're here to stay, though. And I do think they'll be leveling off between 12 and 15%. That's content. So it doesn't mean that each car is going to be priced at that, because there's 30% of the content they're saying right now is all that's at risk. The rest of it is manufactured in the United States or assembled in the United States, and will continue to have more manufacturing here. The car business is great, and everybody's making great cars. The manufacturers are making a lot of money, and they can afford to have a little piece. The dealers, incentives, they're just going to make some changes. The residual values, the leases are going to go up because now with the tariffs, the price of the value of the car has gone up. So that will reduce the payment. People are payment buyers.
At the end of the day, that's so true. And I think the manufacturers will do a little bit of decontenting to keep the affordability fixed. Hopefully we see interest rates coming down a little bit. And one thing I love about this business is people just figure it out. Dealers in particular are so entrepreneurial. They just figure it out. Manufacturers figure it out. And at the end of the day, people need vehicles to get to work, to get to school. And so it'll be changed, but it's always changing anyway, and I think we'll all be fine.
Totally agree. Even though the cars are priced so much higher than they were in 2019, it's gone up from $37,000 now to the average of $49,000. I think it's all about payment. So if we can continue to keep the payment by the value of the car raising, we're all going to be fine.
Now, we talked a little bit earlier about changes in the business and some of these challenges. How does technology play into managing through some of these challenges and changes?
Well, again, Brian, I've been a car dealer for so long. Before cell phones, when we looked up the price of a car in a book and we figured the payments from a book and we figured the financing from a little book, things have changed. The technology has definitely driven the auto industry, the retail auto industry, to much more efficiencies and much more timely and accurate way to run the automobile dealership, as well as inventory control. I believe technology is absolutely the number one change in our industry in the last, 45, 50 years I've been working in this business. It's amazing.
It's just incredible that the changes and how it's led to better consumer experiences and more efficiency, and we all just keep working on it every day. We all are focused on getting a better customer experience and being more efficient. We at CDK, that's our core mission, help you sell and service more vehicles and be as efficient as you possibly can. So Rita, the Rick Case Automotive Group has been working with CDK for a very long time. Can you tell me about your long-term relationship with CDK?
I can absolutely tell you that. So it was in 1980, which was the year Rick and I got married. I came aboard. I was more the financial operations person. He was the salesperson. So he definitely needed my expertise. I was running the dealership when we got married. And I said, we need a computer system. So in 1980, we partnered with you, basically the accounting and the parts inventory system that you had. Since then, we have done our very best to give you all the ideas that we felt could expand our business, help us be more efficient, reduce the customer time, accuracy. There's just so many things. So since 1980, then, for 45 years, we've partnered to improve the retail car business and what we need to be that great retailer.
So obviously over that time frame, 45 years, your business has evolved, our business has evolved. So what's kept you working with CDK for all that time?
Well, we know each other, number one. You've always respected us. When we've asked you for changes, when we've asked for recommendations, you've been a great listener. We've always respected the representation because we're in several states. Back then we were in Ohio and Texas and Atlanta and here. So we were quite spread out. And at that time, we had separate boxes in each one of the stores. Mm-hmm. Then we ended up, of course, consolidating like many did, and now it's just a little room. Those big air-conditioned rooms we have in our dealerships are just basically now storage rooms. It's just amazing how that's changed. But CDK has been a partner with us, and we've grown. There is no reason we've found to make a change.
So we talked earlier that we've worked together a long time. You talked about how you treat your customers and the relationships that you want to build with your customers so they keep coming back and working with you. And we very much want to do that at CDK. We're so proud of our 45-year relationship with you, and we want to make it at least another 45. So I really appreciate you spending time with us today and really appreciate our long-term relationship together. And thank you for the great input.
Thank you, Brian. We are looking forward to some of the new things that you guys are doing.
We'll keep investing and innovating in our products and service for us to achieve our core mission, which is to help you sell and service more cars and to be as efficient as you can be.
Well, I'll be counting on that.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
Now back to you, Barb.
Thanks, Brian. And what a treat it was to hear from Miss Rita Case about the power of partnership. Now I'm excited to welcome our next expert to the studio, CDK Chief Product and Technology Officer, Sanjay Almeida. Great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Barb. We got a lot to talk about today.
We do. And wasn't it great to hear from Rita Case? And And Brian and her were talking about just that power of partnership. And we make so many investments to partner with our dealerships. So would love to hear from you about the most important areas you're investing to help our dealers grow and adapt to all the market changes that are occurring.
Yeah, Barb, we are focused on three major areas in innovation. The first one is consumer experience. We want to provide a delightful consumer experience wherever they are in their car buying or the servicing journey. So whether they are online or walk into the store or anything in between, we want to provide a very frictionless and delightful experience to our consumers. The second area is how do we boost dealers' business performance through actionable insights that we have. And the third area is really what are the new ways for the dealers to improve their margins.
And I know that we spend as much on R&D, you and your teams, than our nearest competitors have in revenue. And as you noted, one of the most important areas is delivering that consumer experience. So Sanjay, how is CDK addressing consumer experience? How are they really enabling this for our dealers?
Barb, let me give you a few examples on how we are improving customer experience. We all know that sales agents are very busy. And our dealers want sales agents to spend more time with consumers. And consumers want that too. So what we have done is we have built, we call My Day. And everything that you need for the sales agent for your day is included in one dashboard.
That's awesome.
It's personalized, so every sales agent gets their own dashboard. And it is AI powered. So when you look at the dashboard, you know everything that you need to know for your entire day. So your appointments, your communication with consumers, the deals, all is that included in one dashboard. And most importantly, we have intelligent prioritization so that you can work with the consumer who has higher propensity to convert into sale. We want to provide similar experience in fixed operation. Did you know that 7 out of 10 calls that dealership gets are service related? Scheduling the service, rescheduling the service, and really, where is my car? And that happens at the peak time between 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And at that time, service agents are actually pretty busy calling the consumers to talk about their service needs, additional service recommendation, and all those things are happening at the busy time. So what we have done, we have built AIVA for service agent. So AIVA virtual agent includes voice, text, and chat. So during those busy hours and after hours, consumer can interact with AIVA's virtual agent and book their appointments. It also reduces missed calls. And you know, missed calls means missed revenue.
And as you noted, the service department's so critical, and that's one of the most profitable areas. So the increase in setting up these appointments is huge, and their virtual agent becomes basically another employee. You know, it's great performance.
You can manage your capacity in a lot more effective way, and at the same time, you provide that delightful experience to consumers.
That's great. Those investments are driving real business outcomes for dealers. So it's so great to hear about that.
And finally, we want to meet where the consumers are. We have seen many consumers start their service journey on Google search. So we have partnered with Google and integrated our service scheduling within the Google search itself. With Google search and Google Maps and our servicing scheduling, we provide that level of experience within Google itself. So we want to meet customers where they are.
That's amazing. So many ways we're helping with that consumer experience and at the same time making them more profitable. So win-win. So let's pivot a little bit. So that was all about the consumer experience. So now let's look a little bit more inward to their operations area and in business performance. So driving insights so they can better manage their business is really top of mind for dealers. So how are you investing in driving those key insights back to dealers?
This is a big one, Barb. Let me tell you why we are uniquely positioned to provide this actionable insight for the dealership. So as you know, we've been in business for over 40 years. We have vast amount of dealer network. We have seen every business cycle in this auto industry. With this vast amount of data and the experience and expertise that we have within CDK, and all these new AI technologies like large language models, natural language processing, and we combine all that into we call hybrid intelligence. Imagine every salesperson in the dealership has concise and actionable customer summary based on their past interactions, whether they are email, text, voice, all in one place. When I look at this screen, you see for a consumer, you have all the information over here. Their conversation history, a summary, recent activities, whether consumer has uploaded their driver license online, all those things are in a one place. Another example is customer lifetime value. With all the data on dealership experience platform, we can tell you exactly what customer lifetime value today, and we can actually predict the future value. Imagine with that information, you can position different deals based on their current and future lifetime value. Now I want to talk about another exciting feature we call AIVA Dealership Insights. As you know, Intelligent Suite has enterprise-level reporting and intelligence for the dealers. So we supplemented that with AIVA Dealership Insights. So every persona in the dealership can ask ad hoc questions and they get the answers right away. For example, if they want to know who are my top sales agents, they can see those and they can visualize that data right away. We provide AI-based recommendations, next action, and seamless navigation across dealership experience platform.
And that just is part of the dealership experience platform, correct? Those insights are just there. It's like having your own chat GPT, but it's built right inside, no matter which part of the platform you purchase, right?
It is chat GPT based. It's secure within your enterprise, and you can have all these answers within the product itself. You don't have to go to any other place. Incredibly
forward-leaning. These are just some amazing innovations, Sanjay. Really exciting.
This is super exciting time. Let me tell you one more thing. We launched Intelligent Suite a year ago, and that is our fastest adopted product for the CDK. So dealers are getting value through Intelligent Suite every day, and there's more. So we just launched 2 new exciting features within Intelligent Suite. We call Bring Your Own Data. As you know, dealership experience platform has largest data available in the industry. But we also know that dealers have some specific data, like customer satisfaction data. With this new feature, you can bring any data within dealership experience platform, and you can create any reports that you want.
And then what about one of the things I always have dealers ask about are, so the ability to do a lot of customizations and to do it on their own so they don't have to call support or hire professional services. Does the Intelligent Suite enable that?
I have good news for you, Barb.
Great.
And our customers. We are bringing that capability within Intelligent Suite now. So you can bring in your own data and you can include that data and create custom reports that you can distribute across the dealership experience platform.
So not only bringing your own data, but a whole self-service experience.
Exactly.
So customization. That's great. That's great.
Exactly. And if you need professional services help, we are there for you as well.
Of course, yeah. So that was great, Sanjay. And we know that the Intelligent Suite is incredibly differentiated in the marketplace. But let's give our dealers that are watching a proof point, just so they can understand just how differentiated this solution is.
Let me just give you one example that will prove the point. We have predictive repair order model and KPIs that we provide in Intelligent Suite. And our model is 20% more accurate than our competitors. That means 20% more revenue.
That's great. That's an incredible outcome. And that's really what it's all about, right? Dealers want to drive business outcomes enabled by their solutions. So we've talked about consumer experience. We've talked about business performance and everything that your team's doing to provide that. Now let's talk about dollars and cents. You talked a little bit about revenue already, but let's really drill into how we're helping dealers drive more revenue and create more margin for their business?
That is one of our top focus area as well, as I mentioned, and I'll give you some examples. The first is CDK SimplePay. With SimplePay, we are driving efficiency across the dealership experience platform for consumers, for back office accountants, and sales and service agents. For consumers, we provide multiple ways for payments: mobile wallets, split payments, and buy now and pay later. For sales and service agents, it's truly embedded experience within the workflows, booking and cashiering, improving productivity and ensuring accuracy. And for accounting team, we provide auto reconciliation, leveraging financial reporting that virtually eliminates manual data entry and significantly reduces the probability of accounting errors while enhancing overall operational productivity. We are also credit card surcharge compliant, providing fully compliant surcharging options designed to help you reduce or potentially eliminate card processing fees.
We heard a lot about inventory earlier this morning from Dave Thomas and how important that is. And he mentioned that CDK has been doing some pretty exciting things in that area. Can you give us a sneak peek?
Yes, that's another exciting area that I'm very proud of our team. One of the great features within Inventory Suite we call Value Vision. Here we have AI-based forecast where we look at data for last 6 months and we will predict the data for next 90 days. That's the power of CDK data. We provide data on advertised prices, wholesale values, and actual sales transactions.
Sanjay, Vehicle Inventory Suite sounds quite differentiated and very different than the traditional incumbent solutions in the market. Can you give us some more examples of areas that are truly differentiated?
Yes, this is where we are using CDK data extensively in this product. By leveraging CDK repair order data, we provide insights into common issues found on vehicles under appraisal, helping users identify potential problems early and make more informed and accurate appraisal decisions. Another example is Photo Studio. You know how important to take the photos in a consistent way to drive the consistent marketing campaigns. We have AI-powered photo capture application where you can take consistent photos that you can capture and distribute across multiple channels.
Sanjay, how's that help the dealer?
It really accelerates time to market. And as you know, every day you can shave off the car at the dealership, you save $44.
That's great. So Sanjay, I know when we first launched the Vehicle Inventory Suite, we were very focused on used car. What about new cars?
I'm excited about our new car capabilities within Inventory Suite now. With these capabilities, now we can do new car pricing that includes OEM incentives as well as market data.
That's great. So much innovation that you've talked about, Sanjay. We talked about new solutions. We talked about AI. We just talked about so much new capability. You guys have been busy, really, really busy. And again, just the investment. I'm incredibly proud to work for a company like CDK that invests so much in product and technology. So really appreciate you spending the time with us. And of course, there's a lot of breakout sessions to go deeper into all of the areas that you talked about today. Thanks for spending some time with us. Now get back to innovating.
Thanks, Barb. I'm on it.
We have one more surprise in store for today. We're going to send it out to the Chicagoland area where another one of our beat reporters and CDK Chief Customer Officer Cam McManus is on site at Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estates, part of Ziegler Auto Group. Hey, Cam.
Thank you, Barb. A common theme we've heard from everyone today is the importance of delivering great customer experiences. This year, 4 out of 5 auto dealerships say that improving their customer experience is their top priority. And it should be. Today's buyers are more informed and, quite frankly, they just expect more. Are product innovation and product experience important? Absolutely. However, the overall customer experience is what keeps your customers loyal and coming back time and time again. At CDK, we believe in delivering that total package. Like many successful organizations that are focused on customer centricity, we are continuously auditing, analyzing, and iterating to find ways for us to innovate and improve customer experience. And we're starting to see some great results from that focus work. For example, dealership staff can reach customer care in under 1 minute by chat and under 2 minutes by phone. And we'll continue to invest and improve on that experience. Another result we're very proud of is the launch of the industry's first role-based certification program, with over 100 certifications free to our dealers. By the way, we didn't stop there. Our own team, whose average tenure is over 10 years, they are also getting certified. We have over 200 rapid learning videos available, many with quick solutions to your support needs. And we'll continue to build that library of snackable video content going forward. These efforts have led us to achieve an industry-leading customer satisfaction score of over 90%, far above industry benchmark. And while I'm really proud of those results, when you're customer obsessed, the job is never done. You keep working and striving to continuously deliver exceptional experiences to your customers. There is no better example of this in our industry than Ziegler Auto Group. I'm thrilled to introduce Sam Dark, Chief Operating Officer of Ziegler Auto Group and a longtime partner of CDK. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about Ziegler Auto Group and what makes it so unique.
Yeah, thank you. So the Ziegler Auto Group, we have 41 stores across 4 states, 2,700 employees, somewhere between $2 and $3 billion in revenue. So it was began, interestingly, by Harold Ziegler 50 years ago this past June. Harold started it as a Ford store in Lowell, Michigan 50 years ago, and Aaron Ziegler took over in the early 2000s and took it from 4 locations to the 41 today. So I think we're unique because we want to win. We want to deliver an incredible customer experience. We do that through hiring the best people, having incredible partners, and delivering on every promise we make to our customers and to our employees.
Such a fantastic story. So obviously no stranger to success, and much of that is driven by your focus on and your passion really for customer experience. What's your recipe to that success in delivering those experiences to your customers?
Yeah, you know, I learned from Aaron Ziegler when I came aboard, part of that secret sauce is understanding the difference between a transaction and an experience. And we win in automotive when we go beyond just a transaction of buying a car. Anyone can buy a car anywhere. Right. And we create a truly great experience that gives back to that customer. The other thing, and probably the most important element that differentiates Ziegler, are our employees and our vendor partners. So we spend a lot of time hiring and recruiting excellent employees, helping them have an incredible career path through their entire career trajectory, and making sure that they're empowered and that they are trained to deliver the best customer experience. And we do the exact same thing with our best partners and vendors.
So you mentioned just then the important role that your people play.
Yeah.
So how have you invested in your people and your talent to be able to deliver then those exceptional experiences to your customers?
So at Ziegler, we believe it's all about culture. It's all about having well-trained, well-executing, highly executing employees working towards the same goal and vision. So many years ago, Harold started and Aaron continued an internal training program. We call it Ziegler University. With Ziegler University, we put training modules online. Employees are asked to go engage with that on a regular basis. Salespeople do it every single day. And I think CDK is very similar that way. You've got CDK University. We're able to go train in CDK University. It's an incredible resource to us.
So you've chosen CDK as your partner, and I want to say thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you for being there.
Yeah. So how important is the partnership in empowering your teams, empowering the business really to deliver on that customer experience?
There are few relationships that are as important as ours with CDK. We have a very high bar of expectation of our partners and our employees, and CDK continually has met that bar by investing in people, by training people. But the cool thing about CDK and Team Ziegler is when we encounter a challenge or a problem, we quickly innovate, we quickly work to overcome that. And that is the trademark of a great relationship. And that's also a trademark of a great company. And so at Ziegler, we want only the best. And CDK has been that for many years.
Absolutely. I think, just like talking about it's how you overcome problems, there's always going to be issues. It's how you rise above that and move forward. So why does, I think you already answered this a little bit, but why does the partnership stay so solid with CDK?
So, You know, again, with any partnership, there will be challenges, there will be problems. And I think one of the reasons why it remains so solid is when we encounter an issue, we're able to reach out, and CDK does a great job of listening. There are too many companies in today's world where you cite a concern, you state a problem, and it goes into an echo chamber and it's completely lost. And I know CDK, we've talked about it, and I've talked about it with many team members. You continue to make investments in your teams and in your people so that in that moment when we need you most, you've got the best people on the ground working alongside our people, challenging each other to overcome the problems and create success. Props to you for the continued innovation, for not stopping just because you've got it good, and for making it great. It reminds me, it's interesting, the motto of Mercedes-Benz is the best or nothing.
Yeah.
And at Ziegler, we believe in that as well. And I think CDK in many ways does the exact same thing.
Well, thank you so much for your time today and for the partnership, Sam. It's incredible. And it's one thing that is really clear to me, that customer obsession isn't just one thing, it really is everything. So thank you again. Okay, over to you, Barb.
Thanks, Cam. Well, that's a wrap to our keynote session today. I want to thank each of our participants for their contributions to the energy, the insights, and the innovation that made this event very impactful. But most importantly, thank you. Thank you for taking the time in your day to engage with us. Your engagement fuels our momentum as we move forward together. So now we're going to take a short break, then we'll resume CDK Connect with breakout sessions that are packed with updates on innovative strategies and solutions that address all of the areas across your dealership. Thank you for your partnership.